Hey, I'm Erik Kingston. Thanks, Priscilla. You're awesome. And I'm one of the chickens, apparently. So I'm going to talk about the community review team. You've seen this little brochure. I'll put that off to the side here. Community review team takes it. Anyway, what's the same about everybody loves that. Yeah. We talk about outside change and how we manage that change internally. From the community's perspective. Lots of activity going on, up until now that shape the people and places of Idaho and create all these wonderful riches that we enjoy in this state. And all these things basically attracted people to Idaho like ants to a picnic. You can all imagine how each of these resources has left its mark on the people and the landscapes here. In the early days, it was a free-for-all. It was like no adult supervision. We just came in, people took what they needed to make money. Some people came in and took what they needed to make a living and called it home. Oh, you can't really read these, but basically a lot of different interests. When you got government and corporations involved, they decided which of these activities and resources had the most value, and they decided to use some tax dollars to subsidize where those things were supported. Okay, human influence. When you get government involved, you have regulation. When you get corporations involved, profit is king. Unfortunately, a lot of times the communities are caught in the middle and really have to fend for themselves. Let's see, communities, a lot of the ones we deal with are running on fumes, where the mayor doubles as the school custodian or raises hogs on the side to make an income. You got a small tax base, it's pretty tough to buy new pipes, new streets, new lights. The thing that small towns do have, though, they've got a lot of human capital, they've got a lot of character, and they've got a lot of characters. They also know that when there's a crisis or an existential threat to their community, they can come together and work hard. What we do as a community review team, we're like a big dating service. We start relationships as much as we can. We encourage people to look at managing change locally and look at their community through a different lens. Okay, it's a pretty basic process. We've taken what works in other states, we've adapted it to what works best in Idaho. The thing that makes it successful is communities come to us and ask for a review. And then we begin to assemble a team of experts from different fields and different skill sets. You'll see some of them right there. We're all volunteers. We pay for our own lodging and transportation. The community feeds us and provides meeting space. And we all do this because we love the people and places of Idaho. We think rural Idaho is worth investing in. Raise your hand if you've been involved in one of these reviews. Each one of these reviews, there's an estimated in-kind value of approximately $50,000 and up, which makes this process to date worth about $1.1 million that we've invested in rural communities. This is how I feel when I go into a rural community. I'm not going to tell them anything they don't already know, but sometimes we can get them to start a conversation about some of those difficult topics and really think and talk about things in a new way. More and more we try to get communities to think of themselves as like an ecosystem, where each business and resident has a niche to fill, and they all work together as opposed to just a bunch of rugged individuals living in the same space. We see a lot of things in common. One of those is what I call planning behind, where people focus on the past too much. It's kind of like if you've ever dated someone that can't stop talking about their ex. It's kind of like that. The other thing is conflict. Conflict, basically, unless it has a productive end, it becomes a boat anchor around the community's neck. It keeps them from moving forward. That's one of the biggest things that we see is the lack of communication among different groups. And you've all seen those. What we try to do is also recommend some common things. We've heard a lot the last day or so about the importance of listening with an open mind and speaking from the heart when you're talking to your neighbors and the other folks in that community. That's the way you get together, and that's the way you figure out how to make progress. We also encourage people to plan to succeed, because a lot of times it seems like people are planning to fail. You do that by being inclusive. You do that by bringing in competing interests and learning how to work together on common goals. Once the review is over, it's not done. We hand them a report. We give them our contact information. We invite follow-up. We want to take that relationship to the next level, so to speak. And this isn't true. Okay, what saved my marriage was taking the time to listen and realizing that it was worth a lot of hard work and investment, and being able to let go of my own ego once in a while. And that's what communities need to do in order to move forward.